All right, are you ready to finally achieve financial freedom? I mean, really think back to your school days for a second. Our schools did a fantastic job teaching us history, geography, and, algebra. But they completely skipped the most crucial subject of the whole shebang, money. Literally no one taught us how to make it, how to grow it, and how to multiply it. And because of this massive missing piece in our education, most of us end up trapped in this never-ending cycle of jobs, EMIs, and taxes. It's not just some cliche saying, it's the harsh, everyday reality for the vast majority of people. But hey, today, we're going to change that. In this explainer, we're breaking down the exact financial blueprint that separates the wealthy from everyone else. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's kick things off by agitating a really deeply ingrained habit. We've all grown up with that classic middle-class routine of pinching pennies, right? We turn off the lights the second we leave a room, we make sure absolutely not a single grain of rice goes to waste, and we safely lock our money away in fixed deposits. Now look, there's no doubt that these habits teach us discipline. Absolutely crucial. But here's something I want you to really think about. If saving money was the ultimate, surefire secret to building wealth, wouldn't practically every family be full of millionaires by now?
See, we naturally focus on saving money instead of making money. On one side, we have this traditional middle-class philosophy, saving just to survive. And honestly, for most folks, the financial education usually stops right there. But on the other side, we see the wealthy mindset, investing to grow. The rich deeply understand that you can't just work for money. You absolutely must make your money work for you.
So, here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll be looking at 1. The middle-class financial trap. 2. Assets versus liabilities. 3. The wealth creation cycle. 4. Escaping the rat race. And finally, 5. Playing by rich rules.
All right, part 1, the middle-class financial trap, how inflation kills savings.
I want you to visualize something for a quick second. Imagine having exactly 10 lakh rupees sitting in your savings account right now. For a lot of us, that feels like a really solid, comforting safety net. But what is that money actually going to be worth as the years just tick by?
Well, if you leave that 10 lakh rupees sitting in a quote-unquote safe bank account, in just 10 years, its actual purchasing power is going to drop so drastically that it'll only feel like 5 to 6 lakhs. The cost of everything around you will have literally doubled. And if you leave it there for 50 years, its purchasing power drops to virtually zero. We're talking roughly 2 rupees. That is the brutal reality of inflation. Now, contrast that with investing. If you took just 10,000 rupees a month and put it into a systematic investment plan, an SIP, at a 12% return, in 50 years, that could grow to over 39 crores. No way, right? But that's the math. It's an incredible difference, and it perfectly shows why saving quietly kills your wealth while investing builds it.
Moving on to part 2, assets versus liabilities. What actually puts money in your pocket?
Let's walk through the brutal, side-by-side math of a 20 lakh rupee decision. Option A, you buy a top-end Thar SUV, maybe to flex on your relatives a bit. Over 5 years, you spend around 10 lakhs just on fuel, insurance, and maintenance. On top of that, the car depreciates by 50%, losing another 10 lakhs in value. Your final return? A complete 20 lakh rupee loss. Ouch. Now, option B. You put that exact same 20 lakhs into a rental property. Over those same 5 years, you conservatively collect 9 lakhs in rent. At the same time, the property appreciates in value by 8 lakhs. Your final return is a 17 lakh rupee profit, and you practically did it without lifting a finger.
Now, this leads us to a definition that really challenges a deep-rooted belief for a lot of us. The house you currently live in, it's actually a liability. I know. We're all taught that buying our own home is our greatest investment. But between the massive monthly EMIs, the relentless maintenance costs, and the property taxes, it's constantly draining your cash. Honestly, unless a property is actively generating positive cash flow for you, it is strictly a liability.
And look, building real cash-flowing assets, it's not some glamorous overnight process. It requires immense patience. Take this highly relatable real-world example from our source material. A father bought a modest 2-room property in Pune for 2.5 lakh rupees. It took 24 long years for that property to reach a value of 15 lakhs and generate 1 lakh in annual rent. Building real assets takes time, for sure, but that eventual passive income makes the wait entirely worth it.
Which brings us to part 3, the wealth creation cycle. Earn, invest, and reinvest.
So, the rich use this really simple 4-part wealth formula. Step 1, build a strong primary income source. Step 2, before spending a single rupee on lifestyle upgrades, immediately invest a fixed percentage of that income.
Step 3, let those investments create passive income. And step 4, now this is the absolutely crucial step where most people fail, you must reinvest those profits. See, when the middle class gets a return on their investment, they tend to spend it on a vacation or a shiny new gadget. But when the wealthy get a return, they put it right back into the machine to compound and make even more money. It's like a snowball effect.
All right, part 4, escaping the rat race, finding your freedom number. That incredibly stressful 40-year loop of earning, paying bills, and eagerly waiting for the next salary drop is just exhausting, isn't it? And the sheer desperation to escape this cycle is exactly what leads so many folks to lose their hard-earned cash. The data clearly warns us against quick money traps. Betting apps, day trading shortcuts, lotteries, MLMs, and those fake get-rich-quick courses, they will drain you. People might flash their luxury cars online to sell you a dream, but listen to me, there are no shortcuts. Wealth is built through a solid, long-term system, not through overnight gambles.
So what is the actual destination we're aiming for here? It's not about earning crores of rupees a month from a super stressful job. We need to completely redefine wealth. Financial freedom is the exact point where your investments generate a passive income that is 2 to 3 times higher than your active monthly expenses. It's that beautiful moment your investments quietly pay all your bills, whether you decide to get out of bed in the morning or not. And getting there, it's pure math. If you calculate your monthly living expenses, you can figure out the exact lump sum you need invested to cover your life indefinitely. You don't need wild, incredibly risky returns. You really just need a modest, bare minimum yearly return of 8%. Once your invested capital yields enough at 8% to comfortably cover what you spend every single month, boom, you have officially escaped the rat race.
Finally, part 5, playing by rich rules, the legal tax advantage.
If you're only an employee, the system can honestly feel totally rigged. On one side, an employee earns their salary, the government immediately takes its massive tax cut, and then the employee desperately tries to survive on whatever's left to spend. But take a look at the business owner on the other side. They earn their money, they spend and adjust their business expenses first, and they only pay taxes on what's left over. It's a game changer.
Let's put some numbers to this. Imagine a 1 lakh rupee monthly income. If you're a salaried employee, you are taxed on that full 1 lakh, period. But if you have a small business or even just a side hustle, you can legally adjust daily costs, things like your travel, phone bills, or home office setup as business expenses. If those expenses add up to 40% or 40,000 rupees, your taxable income shrinks down to just 60,000 rupees. You only pay tax on that 60,000. That right there is the legal tax advantage that allows wealth to accumulate so much faster for business owners.
So, what's the core takeaway you need to apply today? It's this incredibly simple formula. Earn, invest, and then spend. Do not wait until you have a bigger salary. Do not wait for some magical market crash to start investing. You've got to immediately flip your spending habits. Your investments must always come first, before a single rupee is spent on your lifestyle.
Remember this really powerful philosophy. The best time to start investing was yesterday. The second best time is today. Excuses only create financial delays. Waiting around for the perfect moment or a bigger paycheck is literally the ultimate middle-class trap. The true secret to becoming wealthy isn't necessarily having the absolute highest-paying job out there. It's the simple fact that the wealthy start early and they let time do all the heavy lifting.
Which leaves us with one final, absolutely critical question for you to answer right now. Armed with this blueprint, what is your next move? Are you going to stay comfortable in that 40-year rat race, working tirelessly just to pay your next EMI? Or will you take action and start building your very first real asset today? The choice is entirely yours.